Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the Storm Collectibles Pink Skeleton 2-pack from Golden Axe. So yeah, let's get to it. This was another NYCC exclusive featured with the NYCC Motaro, E Honda, and Haomaru. So I don't even know how to go about this because everyone knows I love army building and I freaking love these skeletons. I don't have a Baby Yoda around right now to put him out with these guys, but I do have a cat who I forgot to put in the video, so let's do that. Let's add a cat in the background because cats in the background are always fun, and I've always liked adding those little kind of Easter eggs. So now you've seen that I've done it. You've seen it. You synced it. But yeah, these are just like the normal skeletons that we've gotten previously. They do have new weapons though, so that is different from the previous ones. The other ones had a sword and shield that definitely showed you from the first game. These skeletons are more of the back in the days with the beat 'em up games, right? Like stuff like a great example is Streets of Rage, right? You would face the same characters, but you would get them in different colors because these guys would technically be stronger. So if normal skeletons are your ground infantrymen, think of these guys as kind of like the captain of those squads, where they come through and they're like, all right, so you beat on my regular skeletons, now face super skeleton. And this is basically the result of that. And I'm not even against it because you know what? I think the only thing better than a normal meatless man is a captain meatless man. And I know that doesn't make sense to some people, but it makes perfect sense to me. Like in these kind of games, I would very much enjoy the ridiculousness of all of this. So enough of me talking. Let's jump into this really cool figure. Again, these are really giant skeletons, basically doing what skeletons do. You know, dance and be spooky. Wait for Halloween. So we have an articulated jaw, maximum screaming. You can go downward. You cannot go as far upward as you would like, and that's because it connects like a real skeleton, but the ball joint is protective here. That prevents you from looking too far up. So just remember that and keep it in mind. Clearly, you can hit a T-pose. If you were a skeleton and couldn't hit this, you would have immense problems as a skeleton. I'm pretty sure you'd be thrown off the squat. So here you are. You do have a bicep swivel. You are singular jointed. That's because your bones are going to rattle in the way of each other. So you're going to keep that in mind. But we can touch our whatever bone that is. And I don't know why I don't know the name of it right now. But your hip bone. So you can get to your hips. So you can make really weird sounds about this. I don't know what that was in my background, but that was quite scary. So you can be a judgmental skeleton if you want as well. So if you ever want to be a boss skeleton, here you go. Like a boss. Then we get our really nice ab crunch, which is literally at the spinal cord because you have no abs anymore. All of that is gone. So you have a spinal crunch that allows you to go forward and a little further down because it's the vertebrae part is broken down into two parts. So you get this one articulation and then you get the second one. You can also twist and turn on it and turn around. In case somebody's judging you, you can turn around right fast, judge right back. I heard you, Sally. I heard you. So you can actually get a lot of funny, cool poses with this, as well as a ball joint that rotates around with no issues. So again, if you wanted to be one of those guys who just do weird, crazy things like my man Rocket Figures on IG or Raspberry Chainsaw, these guys are for you. As far as our leg articulation goes, we can actually go all the way out. And I believe we can balance because I've done it before. Let me see. I'm actually going to have him fake hold his leg up. And let's see how he balances on his skeletal feet. Let's see. No, it looks like he can balance. But it may be a little bit of extra work right now because, as you can see, there's an indentation there. But the balance is there. I'm sure of it. I don't want to put too much video into it. Oh, there we go. I almost had it for 2 seconds, but I don't want to put too much video into it. But as you can see here, he can do rider kicks and take sippy sips. There's also a nice flowing joint here. I do recommend that you are careful though. There's not a lot of stress there, but also it's one of those things where if you live up north like me and it's very, very cold, this can freeze up. So I do recommend heating up all your joints with a heat gun, a blow dryer, or use some boiling water to pop it in there for a little bit. So just be careful. As we rotate these guys back down, just know that there is technically a thigh swivel here. or a bone swivel. We have a singular joint here. As you can see, it can just go forward. But if you rotate this to the side, you can actually get a little bit more room going backwards. And then we just rotate our joint right here. We get a lot more room. So we can go forwards, backwards. We have toe pivot. Mine is very stiff because it is cold up here. It was like -1 here the other day. And I did not heat up my figure, so I played myself. But if I wanted to get that cartoon character run, I am all set. As you can see here. If I wanted to do, let's see, some sort of weird jump kick, again, I'm good. And if I just wanted to do, you know, an ollie kick flip McTwist, also good. Even at this weird, crazy angle. So you have a lot of choices with these guys. Just either have fun or literally use them as a crazy, creepy army builder in your fantasy world. Like I said, if you're into mythical stuff like me and you love the Meatless Men, their faction, this is going to be for you. If you want these guys to mix in well with Mythic Legions, also going to be perfect. They even mix in pretty well with these guys, the Predator. So you have a lot of options. Even stuff like Mortal Kombat, Hellboy, all of these things they work out really well with, including if you got vampires and stuff like that, or werewolves. If you're in the supernatural realm of this, this is for you. Now, we're going to go over their accessories and weapons. Now, again, I told you these guys have different weapons. So you get a scythe now as a captain, and you get a different kind of shield. This is a normal shield, has a nice pinkish red tint to it. The scythe has some weathering to it as well. And you'll get that normal closed fist. Now, you do get 2 sets of each. So you'll get 1 set for each skeleton. Like, they're not going to just like play you like that. So here we have the opened claw hands. See if I can get some focus on this. Focus! So we have our open clawed hands. These are going to be for mauling your opponent because, you know, you still made a bone, right? You have your open relaxed hand, like any skeleton ever actually relaxes. You will get trigger hands. Now, these ones are funny because you would be like, oh, why would they include trigger hands? Maybe these guys like joking over at Storm because I thought it was hilarious that they included trigger hands because I'm like, what if you give it a gun though, right? So I'm gonna actually test it right now because I don't think I've ever actually done that. So I'm gonna test it and give it a Mezco weapon. And we're gonna see how this works out. So if you want to be a crazy Meatless Man and give your Meatless Man some Mezco weapons, just know that this works, right? Or if you wanted to give it a Marauder's weapon, it also works too. So you can have your skeletons rain down upon their enemies. So these can actually be trigger fingers, not just Twitter fingers. Then you have your actual scythe holding hands. Ooh, cat here, Riley. So the scythe holding hand can also hold the shield, and it just plugs right in with no problem, holds up. Now let's see how it holds up with weight though, because considering they're skeletons, you know, they're pretty, one of those things where it's like, can it hold the weight of its own items? Because that's something you may worry about. Let's actually check that out right now. Oh, that's sharp. That actually hurt me as it pressed against my hand. And man, I should have heated this guy up because now I'm kind of regretting just popping stuff in willy-nilly. And I played myself again. I said it, but it is what it is. I got to work through what I did. So yes, it can hold up its own weight of its own scythe. Now with the shield, I'm assuming that's going to be the same. And with the shield, you will use the other hand like a weapon holding hand, or you can use your trigger hand. Let's see. Let's try for the trigger hand, just so we can aim for like the loose fit, right? So technically, this will work as it fits right around. Then you're gonna plug the arm in from there. So you have this option for the looser option in case you're worried about breaking anything. And this can come right off at any time, as you clearly can see me doing it right now. And then we have the actual like fist-like holding hand. You want to slide that thumb around so it can hold and then naturally get it to come over and around. And this looks like it's the better way to hold, obviously. But if you are scared, you do have another option. I'm not going to do it right now. I didn't heat it up, and I ain't going to lie, I'm shook. So these guys can hold up the weight of their weapons, which is dope. So you can actually look really like sinister and crazy with these guys. Now, before I jump into size comparison though, I do want to compare these guys to their other skeleton counterparts. Now, one skeleton, technically meat, you'll get the bloodied version with Motaro, but I thought it would be cool to put this guy in as like a cool variant that you get with the NYCC one. This is going to be your green variant. I'm not sure if he actually glows in the dark though. Hey, don't look away. Look at our camera. We don't need you looking away. We need you looking at the camera. And then here is our normal one that we got that everybody kind of went nuts for, and including myself, because these guys are great, like for real. And next up, all I'm missing is like the bloody one. But honestly, I like it the way this looks. I like these color variants. I really hope that we can get more of these guys so we can just continue to do ridiculous things with them. So here's the more skeleton colors. I wouldn't mind a blue skeleton, a light blue skeleton. That would be dope as hell. So give me that. Or even give me more of this guy. I would like a couple of these, but let's move these guys away, right? And now we're going to jump into size comparisons. I don't need both of these guys, so I'm just gonna put one away. Since we got some storm stuff out, I don't have everything out, so let me take some time to get back to you. Hold on. All right, sizing them up wise, took a small break to take out the few that I forgot to include. Here we have with the Axe Battler, and he's actually some about the right size. I like Axe Battler a lot. I really hope we get the others coming soon, hopefully. Crossing my fingers. Here we are with a Storm Collectibles Scorpion, which is very important in case you want to rip skulls from people and things like that. And as you can see, these guys are actually bigger than Scorpion. So whoever's body these guys belong to, they are giants. Or maybe they just belong in the exoskeletons of like people like Cyrax. So if you put Cyrax next to them, Cyrax is a little bigger. So maybe that's what it was, right? So let's remove these guys. We're gonna stack them up next to another meatless man from a different line. Here we are with Malleus. He's joined the crew with me recently. He's a little smaller, but again, I like to mix and match my stuff, so I am not against any of this. Here we are with a McFarlane Azrael. Azrael's gigantic, but he would look cool up against some skeletons. Maybe I'll actually take pictures of him with some stuff that I can post, right? Let's move these guys away. Next up, NECA Stalker Predator. Excellent choice to go with him, right? I think this one actually works really well with them. Not size-wise, but just general of like the lore and canon. Here we go with Figma Devilman. That's our KO version. Then, you know what? Let's do a few Hellboys. So here's Mezco's Hellboy. Stacked up with the skeletons. He's smaller, but you know what? I like him being smaller because it'll look cool when he fights them. Then we have 1000 Toys Hellboy. Oop, tail fell off, so we'll just leave that out for a second. So, yeah, good looks, good looks. I don't mind them being smaller than, especially when it's like Army Builder, because it'll really look like your odds are against you, and it'll be kind of fun. Let's do, an Articulated Icons Ninja. And just to double back on 1000 Toys, here's Abe Sapien, just in case you want to pop him in that picture. Here's an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuga on the much more tinier side. It's your boy. Then we have a G.I. Joe Ninja. A red ninja, to be exact, because we don't have any blue or black ninjas. And then we have, on the end, Lightning Collection Green Ranger. As you can see, the skeleton is actually the tallest here. He's actually tall amongst even his own line. The only thing being Axe Battler being a giant amongst them, right? And then, what do I have left? Oh, you know what? Just because here is Doc Nocturnal. He's on the smaller side, so I'm going to compare another Mezco to it. But I like Doc Nocturnal fighting them and having options against them, because this guy is a tiny little scrapper, and he just looks like he is truly going to enjoy himself running rampant through a bunch of skeletons, right? Last but not least, it's your main man, Ichigo. I put him on a Ronin Wolverine body, but Ichigo got a big old head, so you'll have to like take away some for the head. But know that my boy, he's a good boy. He deserves a lot of love. So here these guys are, looking pretty cool. So yeah, I think I like where this is going. I like the fact that I have been building up ridiculous armies to look cool for no apparent reason. And I love that everybody's jumping in on the fun. So you guys should too. I think I forgot a Marvel Legend. So I'm just gonna throw in one that I have around me. And here is Marvel Legends Hawkeye. So you can see what a Marvel Legends can do. So you can see what a Marvel Legends look like. There you have it. As always, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you've found these informative. I hope that you've been having a good time watching the videos, and I hope that this content brings you content and happiness. As always, please enjoy, and please like, please subscribe, please leave a nice comment, and be good, do good, and drink all your water. All right, guys, later.